loosely is inspired by the original Strangers. Can you tease a little bit about what we can expect? The idea, I believe, is we're going to see, I mean, this is pretty impressive, guys. We're going to see 3 films next year, already shot. I can't remember something in the horror genre doing it this way. What can we expect in these next 2 Strangers films? What are we comfortable saying at this point?
I'm not comfortable saying anything.
What I can tell you is where the first one ends, the very next scene of chapter 2 is literally the very next scene in the story. And the very next scene at the end, when number 2 ends, in chapter 3 is the very next scene. So unlike Pray at Night versus the original Strangers, you're following one exact story here. And I think what you're going to see here, you're going to be very happy with. But in movie 2, it's an entirely different movie, but in a good way. And it goes to an extremely sort of different but dark, realistic place and terrifying place as the original one, and there's a big psychological aspect of it. I want you to imagine, like in all horror movies we watch, when you see characters go through these horrible circumstances and then suddenly they turn around and this is tons of fun, so I'm not like poking fun at it, suddenly they're killing a whole bunch of people by the 3rd act of the movie, because that's the movie and it's fun. Imagine if we made somebody earn it, and you actually went through literally what brought them to that point in real time, and you went through all those beats with them and all the terror with them along the way that actually changed them. So that's what we endeavored to do in these movies, is take you through a full journey, which only takes place over 4 days in the way that we've got it set up. So it's not a long journey, it's a very short journey, relatively speaking, but it's, I think, extremely satisfying without giving away any spoilers at this point. So, I'd probably be in a lot of trouble.
And without giving away more, I'd like to just say that, like you said, it was a real challenge because we were shooting 3 movies at the same time. It wasn't only for Mads, for example, as an actor, but also for the director of photography and so on. And our visual language developed from one movie to another because we are really going through Mads's mind and seeing the world through her eyes. And as her mind is changing, the whole language of the movie is changing. But like Courtney said, it's all realistic, but you will see just a subtle change in everything as we go. And I'd like to say that if the first movie is very intimate, the second movie is a little more epic, and then the third movie is even more epic, but epic in a psychological way, not epic in a sense of crazy
I'll give you one
actions,
thing.
anything like that.
In the 3rd movie, we actually give you the origin of the Strangers from the first movie. So you will actually get the entire origin. We also endeavored to answer all the questions that have built up over the years in telling this giant 280-page story.
Well, I think everyone here will agree. I mean, we've seen so many of these like episodic films that have kind of like figured it out as they went, and to see you guys put in the effort right from the start to tell a self-contained epic story is very exciting. And I hope you won't be angry for me to say that I've seen the first film, guys. It's amazing. It totally works. You don't know what you're in for, and I can't wait to see what comes next. We've got a lot of people with some questions, so let's